Hey Scorpio, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channel messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy Gemini season. We are officially in the throes of. We had a new moon in Gemini. Gemini energy has definitely been bringing in a little bit more momentum, much needed momentum. It's been a long wait for things to just start playing out, closing up, etc. Pluto's in retrograde, so it's re-highlighting places that changes and adjustments are still necessary, right? Like, it's giving us an opportunity to really evaluate what our motivations are, why we're connecting with, interacting with people, places, and things, how it's serving our energy, whether or not pride's getting in the way, etc. There's just like a lot, right? And as much as in the astrology, the transits have kind of quieted down, we're feeling a little bit more balanced. We're feeling like we can manage the things that have been brought to our doors. It doesn't necessarily take away all the tension, all the frustration that's there. And the places that we're seeing more of the tense aspects are Jupiter, which is our abundance, our fortune. It's not coming in how we're hoping or anticipating it to. And we have to be patient, right? We have to be patient through the process. That's why I like to start off with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations that we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Scorpio, especially if you come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc. Or if you're looking for more of a rebalancing of self and alignment of mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of feeling like good and grounded in ourselves and who we are and what we want, all that good stuff, that is when we're actually manifesting our happiness, our abundance, our fulfillment, etc. This just fell apart like everywhere. Let's see if we can get through this. Sorry, my sage just fell apart. I'm gonna see if I can get through the blessing with it in pieces. But yeah, I would love to help. I would love to support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up, Scorpio. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. I had to get a new one. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. All right, Scorpio. So you feel like a little worn out this week. Your energy feels a little like oppressed, like you just can't catch up, or you have a lot on your mind. Like, I keep feeling like headaches. You could be experiencing some headaches or tension headaches, or just feeling like tired, I don't know, like you can't catch up on sleep. The weather's been a little bit off lately. I don't know. I guess it could be depending on where you're located, but it's taken a minute for like the next season to come in is basically what I mean by that. And this makes a lot of sense. Like, it caters to that feelings of like worn out, realizing that maybe things are not 100%. Like, I feel like you've kind of made it through a time that was like really important for you to get over these hurdles, but you're also just seeing that, like, I don't want to say there's more hurdles in front of you, but that's how it feels, right? It feels like I'm kind of getting this, like I said, this level of exhaustion, like you thought you'd be a little bit further along or things would look a little bit different at this point. And something in your intuition, I mean, I don't think that's not necessarily true, but I feel like there's something that's kind of happening behind the scenes that is making things take a little bit longer to manifest. There's this part of you that's still trying to hold on, maybe to control of how things play out, because you want something very specific, or like you want a situation to look very specific. And you do have some level of input into it, but also not a lot at the same time, if that makes sense. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. It's this value of, right, like we become pregnant with ideas. They manifest, right? They come in, and then there's all these different moving pieces. Things are never linear. And a lot of times what we initially think, feel, believe our idea is takes on a lot of different forms. And there might be something that either you're keeping around that needs to be let go of, right? That maybe is even in the process of, maybe this is something that you can feel even underneath the surface. I feel like you're asking, like I was saying, you're asking for something to look a certain way, but it feels like it's coming to you in a different form. And that's that part of surrender that Spirit really wants you to have this week. You're juggling a lot. So maybe there's a lot about timing right now too. You know, I mean, timing is always a huge factor. And here's the thing. It's super annoying right now because the way that Mars has gotten a little bit better lately, but like it's been aspected in this way where things aren't moving as quickly. Jupiter, tense aspects, it's talking about things aren't coming in how we're anticipating, expecting them to. And if anything, it's almost like the opposite, right? So we're expecting it to come from one channel or to look like one certain thing. And it's like, no, actually that thing's a piece of shit, you know, or I mean, that's worst case scenario, I'll say. But it's like, no, this is actually going to be way more beneficial for you. And take it how it resonates, right? It doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, there are some things that are in the way, some things that like you're very aware of. This is not just like, what is, you know, you're very aware of places where the red flags are popping up in your life 100%. We can't get away with it. Scorpio energy right off the bat, the death card. Here's the thing. I'm hearing like changes on the horizon, but it might not be quite yet, right? That's kind of what I'm picking up. I think there is a little bit more to wade through before you're actually getting to that point. Maybe this is change that you do want to happen. It feels like I said, it's moving a little bit slower than what you're anticipating. Someone knows this. Maybe okay, this is like all this water energy. We got King of Queen of Cups. So you're dealing with someone who can feel this, right? They know that you want them to walk away. I mean, they know changes are happening. They know either you want them to walk away or like you want, like the only way you're going to put up with it is if X, Y, and Z, right? It's taking a lot for you to stand your ground because of the type of connection that this is. This person is used to getting their way. And there also, I don't know, like there also is a connection that they have, or there's a level of happiness that they feel with you. I don't know if you feel the same. Like, yes and no. That's what it looks like. Yes and no. It looks like this person's changing their tune. It looks like they're going to try to shape up a little bit. Maybe they've been letting I think both parties have been letting their emotions get the best of them because this is a situation, this is a dynamic where there are a lot of feelings. A lot. This is like all water energy on the board. And, you know, and you're trying to approach things more practically. Like you look a little bit more rational in how you're approaching things. Like you have a little bit more experience. You're using that wisdom. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. I don't feel like this person is making it easy at the same time. They might be picking and provoking. Like I said, there might be a little bit of dead weight on this person because it's like they don't want things to change. They know that they have to make some changes. I don't know. They're not like big changes that they're making necessarily, but they have to change enough to convince you to stay around. Yeah, because there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress. Either they know that you're on the horizon of a breakup or things are headed that way. Maybe you know it's going to happen, but maybe when it happens is not right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, but things sometimes just have to work out in a certain way, right? There's different components. There's different components that we have to understand that might be out of, or that are out of our control, right? And whatever's happening in this dynamic, it's giving someone fuel to like look at themselves. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying they're making all like these, 180 degree shifts in their life. They're not making all these like grand changes and showing you their this, that, and the other. They're trying to make some attempts, maybe even a little bit more than what they've done lately, right? Like where they've been stubborn, they're changing their tune a little bit more because they're stressed out about how much they're feeling left out in places that, like I said, maybe you've given them more attention in the past. It's just not looking that way anymore. But here's the thing. I think regardless of what it is in this dynamic, because I'm almost hearing like, you are tired. You are done and over with. This has been a lot. It's been a lot on your mental, on your emotional, and it's transcended into your physical. But the only way to kind of move out of this right now, Scorpio, is to let go this idea of perceived control. Appreciate the moment. Yeah, being present. That's one of the best ways to surrender. Just being thankful for what is. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, 100%. Even when we don't like the person, even when they're draining, us of every ounce of energy, being really difficult, whatever. That is where we have to dig deep and find our strength. Because fighting right now in this certain way, like trying to control, it's not working. So even like these harsh backlashing to people, like people aren't getting the message. Go back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want, 100%. And I see you doing that a lot this week. Like I said, it looks like new beginnings are on the horizon, like attracts like, so make sure. New beginnings are on the horizon. We have the Fool. We have the Ace of Pentacles. You're participating in this, Scorpio. You're participating in this because of the way that they are choosing to change their tune. But at the same time, recognize that the way you show up, the things that you think, that you perceive about that person, about the situation, the way you come at it is also affecting the situation, right? If we're pointing out people's faults, criticizing, you do this, that, and the other, all the time, then that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a constant fight, right? Like sometimes we just have to lay down our weapons. We have to come in innocently, curiously, hey, what can I do? Or appreciate the other person, or like be good in ourselves before we address people, conversations, etc., so that we have a better outcome, right? Like we don't want to be at war. We don't want to be at odds with people all the time. It's annoying. It's been going on, long enough over the past however long, years it feels like. And now that Pluto's in Aquarius, it's giving us the opportunity to change and to transition into more harmony, unity, creativity, ways to like approach harmony from that creative standpoint, right? Something that's a little bit more inventive and, unique approaches. It doesn't have to be like F you and whatever, right? Like you can actually appreciate them and have boundaries. So I hope this helps, Scorpio. Definitely drop comments below if it does. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always, all you bring to the channel. I super appreciate you. No, I'm sending love and good vibes back your way.